Right? Next, very, very important rule, very, very amazing rule, amusing rule, and a lot of people today will become happy just understanding this. When in the second bhava or in the 11th bhava, there is a Ashubha Graha, Ashubha, which means what? Malefic, right? Or a Neecha Graha, then it means very good financial growth. Write down, very good financial growth. Whenever you see a Malefic Graha or a Neecha Graha in the second bhava and the 11th bhava or the 11th bhava, both of them, it means very good financial growth. Right? You check all horoscopes. You also check your horoscope also. You see, if in the 11th bhava you have a Malefic, we're talking about natural Malefics. In the second bhava you have a Malefic, or in the second or 11th bhava you have a Neecha Graha, then automatically, first thing is, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be worried about. Or let's say your second bhava lord itself is getting into a debilitation, Neecha, what they call as Neech. 11th bhava lord is getting into what? Neecha or debilitation. There's nothing to worry about it. Why? Because it can actually take you to an entirely different level when it comes to finances in life. Your finances will be like completely different. Obviously, I'm referring to that in a positive standpoint of view. Now, this is something which is being shared to you based on experience, based on application. So just don't take it from a bookish standpoint of view, right? Here, next point, in the second bhava, a placement of a Malefic Graha or a Neecha Graha, right? What it indicates is separation from the family, right? Which means it won't allow you to live with the family. It won't allow you to be with the family. It would actually go about and spoil the relationship associated with the family in the form of what? Giving you that separation, right? Please keep in mind, I'm giving you point one by one by one. And each of these points is like, you know what? One diamond stone. So make use of it, treasure it. If you treasure it and value it, when you open your mouth and talk to other people, then you would actually see the magic or the difference. Right? In a young age, what would happen? It will separate them from the father and mother. Whatever they try, they won't be with their parents. Right? After marriage, what would happen? It would separate them from the wife. It would separate them from the children. It would separate them from that family. This is the only thing that it would do. Please make sure that you assimilate these points carefully. Here, once you assimilate these points carefully, once I get into the third bhava, once I get into the fourth bhava, then I would take you into a different dimension altogether. But first, you should be able to grasp these points. So what it does is, it only creates problem with this so-called family life, the relationship that you have with the family. But when it comes to finances, it can actually go about and take you to a different level. See, second bhava, third bhava, fourth bhava. By the time you complete the 12th bhava, then we would enter into this zone, or we would enter into the higher class. I will try to introduce that. It is purely based on your level. So then I would introduce into the higher levels, wherein when will this happen? Which month will this happen? Which date will this happen? That part will come at that stage. What I'm trying to tell you here is, first you understand this is going to happen. When, which month, which date, that is what the higher session is going to be dedicated towards. But first you need to grasp this. Will it be there or not? First we need to understand that. See, here we need to understand one important point here. When we are referring to the second bhava here, from the context that we discussed, separation with the relationship, separation with the family, all of this is there. Let us say somebody is in a foreign country, right? Let us say somebody is actually going about and working in a foreign land. There, can you see your mummy ji? Can you see your mata ji? Can you see your pita ji? Can you see your appa ji? Whatever, you cannot. Can you see your periyamma? Can you see your Can you see your aunt? Can you see your uncle? Can you see your grandfather, parents? No, you cannot do all of that. So the moment somebody goes to a foreign land, the moment somebody has a Neecha Graha, he will shine beautifully in his life. He won't be able to see his mother. He won't be able to see his wife. He won't be able to see his children. And that is good, as long as it separates you from the relationship. See, if you look at many VVIPs horoscopes, big politicians, big business people, they will all have this combination. The second Bhava Lord having a Neecha Graha. The second Bhavadhipati itself is getting into a debilitation, and he will be a crorepati. Right? And you will be wondering, earnings itself is getting into a Neecha. How did he become a crorepati? How is he having so many branches? How is he having so many factories, so many shops? This is the rule. Let me not actually go about and over-exaggerate this point. Here, please do remember, the gunas associated with the Neecha Graha or Malefic Graha will be there. Will be there not just with him, will be there throughout the family. That guna will be there. You cannot change that. Right? That Neecha associated with the family will be there. But just because that Neecha associated is there, it does not mean what? It does not mean this person won't earn money. He will amass huge amount of wealth. And this is clearly seen in so many big shots, so many big people's horoscope. Or what will happen is, they will go for love marriages. He will belong to one kula, one jati, one community, one religion, and he will marry. When I say he, automatically keep in mind, she also is included. Somebody else, some other kula, some other jati, and they will be living a good life. Right? Either a love marriage, or there would be, there would be changes as far as the caste is concerned, the community is concerned, as far as marriage is concerned. So this is the way you should actually go about and interpret Neecha and Malefic Grahas. Right? Which means the guna again, the Neecha guna associated will be there. That you cannot change. What is that Neecha guna, sir? That I'm going to cover one by one. Second Bhava Lord here. Then this Graha in second Bhava. We have more to go. That will be covered shortly. Right? Now, those who have an afflicted second Bhava, just like how we discussed now, which means money is there, but how do I actually go about and get my money? Those who have an afflicted second Bhava in the form of what? A Ashubha Graha in the second Bhava. A second Bhava Lord getting into a debilitation. The easiest way in order to go about and get luck in your life, right? Get goodness in your life, great amount of goodness in your life, is to forget your mother tongue or leave your mother tongue and speak some other language. If you're a Hindi wala, speak Tamil for some time. When I say Tamil, does it mean that you learn Tamil? No. The moment you call somebody Anna, that is foreign to you. The moment you call somebody Sir, that is foreign to you. If I call somebody Bhaiya, that is foreign to me. If I tell somebody Cheppu, that is also foreign to me. If I speak one word in Urdu also, it is foreign to me. This is the way you can actually go about and create miracles, especially when it comes to finances, just using this simple, not even 1 rupee, 2 rupee, it is not even 1 paisa, 2 paisa rule. And you would see that. You will see people who are from the northern part of India come all the way to the southern part of India. People from the southern part of India, they will be all the way in the northern part of India. They'll be working in government jobs somewhere in the northeastern part of India. What is happening here? You are in a foreign land. You are speaking a foreign language. You are away from your family. You are away from your kula. You are away from your family. And you are amassing wealth. This is what happens. Here, when the second Bhava Lord is afflicted, when the second Bhava is afflicted, going about and inculcating something to do with a foreign language. Why? Because the second Bhava is the Vakasthana. The second Bhava is the second Bhava is the Sthana for Dhana. So automatically, when you combine all this, automatically you will see one strangely beautiful miracle happening in your life. See, one person, the second Bhava Lord and the 11th Bhava Lord is Mercury. This second Bhava Lord and the 11th Bhava Lord, Mercury, is getting into a Neecha, and he is getting into the Ashtamasthana. And she has no problem pertaining to finances. In fact, she was a vice chancellor of a big university, right? So no problem with finances. Obviously something to do with education, that is also not spoiled. She has children. All of this is there. And how many languages does she know? She knows Hindi, she knows Sanskrit, she knows Tamil, she knows English. So just these 4 languages, what has life done to her financially? Now, if you ask me this question, sir, but what about the second bhava lord in the 8th? Sir, what about the second bhava lord getting into a debilitation? Yes, it will go about and impact the family life. She got married to a person who was again a government servant and who had a transferable job wherein he was getting transferred from place to place. So she was not able to enjoy a complete family life. And that itself became a remedy of sorts, where something to do with finances, something to do with, her climbing into unknown positions, big position. Why? Because the 8th, immediately don't think it means what? Only the Durstana. It also means accidental gains, sudden luck. All of this also came to her. Also keep in mind, see, speaking your own language with an accent, that is also considered as a foreign language. See, you will see in a lot of Tamil movies, I'm sure you will see in a lot of Hindi movies or whichever language you follow, right? Especially when they have a movie where the movie is all about, India vis-a-vis the East India Company or the British Empire. So inevitably, there would be a person who would be a viceroy, who would be some governor general, right? Ruling that place or taking care of that place in 1942, 1921. And he will speak Tamil with an English accent. He will speak Hindi with an English accent. Haven't you seen that? Right? You will have the white man who will come and he will speak that language with that accent. And you will find, people also doing that. Whenever your children are doing that, check if the second bhava is weak. That itself is a remedy. Right? That itself is a remedy. See, there is a very famous cinema personality, right? And this person will speak Telugu in an American accent. This person will speak Telugu in an American accent, right? And you will find a lot of trolls. But why is she speaking like that? See, if at all her second bhava lord is associated with both a Shubha and a Ashubha Graha, then it will actually go about and give a huge amount of fortune, right? So somebody should be encouraging her. You're doing the right thing. Why? Because without 1 rupee, you're implementing a remedy on yourself. There's a young boy, right? He was a professor. He was a big professor in an engineering college. He left his job. And what he's doing now, he's traveling all over the world. He's actually going about and teaching. He's teaching or educating people on budget traveling. With 1 lakh rupee, he will cover the entire American continent. With 1 lakh rupee, he will cover entire South America. This entire South America, see, if you know the South, this continent, South America, they don't speak English. They only speak Spanish there. So a person from a small village in Tamil Nadu, he leaves his job as a professor, right? In an engineering college, a very big engineering college. He's traveling to South America. Either he should know Spanish or they should know English, or at least they should know Tamil. This whole continent he has covered just using 2 words. Hola, gracias. Hola, gracias. And he's become a sensation. How's that? This is how the second bhava lord afflicted works. But throughout the year, what is he going to do? He's going to be away from his wife. He's going to be away from his child, right? But he becomes popular. So this is the way you should actually go about and look at the second bhava, which means once you understand the bhava, once you understand the karakatwas of the bhava, and once you know this itself, this is good enough for you to actually go about and make remedies in order to go about and accentuate, enable the bhava associated, right? Which means if your second bhava lord is spoiled, don't worry. Even if you cannot speak in a foreign language, at least say, okay, right, fine, good. All of this is foreign. Or you speak your Hindi or Tamil itself with an accent, right? With an English accent. That will also work out for you. Right? It's as simple as that. Now we have covered this part. Now, when the second bhava lord is getting into a bala, then what do you need to do? I've told you this, so you should tell me this. No, you tell me what you need to do now. Any of you try? Anybody? See, second bhava lord afflicted, what would give you luck? I told you. Now, if the second bhava lord is strong, what should I do?
Stay with family.
To our mother tongue.
Ma'am?
Stick to our mother tongue.
No,
Stick
you
to your
stick
mother
to
tongue.
your
She'll-
mother tongue, right? Which will be very,
Yeah.
very good. And you speak the purest form of your mother tongue.
Form of. Yeah.
Purest form. See, you have Tamil. There is a pure form of Tamil, right? You have Hindi. There will be a pure form of Hindi, which you will find in books. There will be even English. You will find a pure form of Shakespeare in English. You cannot speak like that. But once you inculcate that, you will find a huge amount of luck in your life. Varangal, Amarangal, right? Neer Parugangal, all these type. So even if you are an astrologer, now you need to decide which way will actually go about and give me an income. Which way of actually going about and practicing astrology is actually going to go about and give me luck. So first you use all this in yourself, then your family, then you apply it on other people, and then you would see the magic associated with all of that, right? So if you see a horoscope, the second bhava lord is spoiled, the third bhava lord is spoiled, the sixth bhava lord is spoiled, don't worry, because there is an angle to looking at everything. If you look at an angle properly, I'm not talking about positive, negative, no, proper angle. When you look at it from a proper angle, everything is waiting to reward you as long as you approach it in a proper way, right? Which means second bhava lord spoiled, foreign language. You speak your own language like a foreigner, right? Just use words. You don't have to read the entire, don't have to know the entire language. 1 or 2 words should be enough. More than enough. You just try to inculcate that. If it's good, stick to your mother tongue and stick to the purest form of your mother tongue. Right? Now, if the second bhava lord is associated with both a Shubha Graha and a Ashubha Graha, now what would you do? Now what would you do? You would mix both. This is what a lot of people do these days, right? Now you can ask me this question, sir, but everybody is doing that. As of today, nobody speaks their mother tongue completely. They mix English with that. So the point is not about that for who it will work. So when your second bhava lord is associated with a Shubha and a Ashubha Graha, little bit of English, little bit of Tamil, right? Little bit of Hindi, little bit of English. This is how you would speak. Inevitably, you would speak, and that will actually go about and give you what? Give you financial success. See, there was a famous film personality, a Tamil famous film personality. His name was Major Sundar Rajan, right? People in Tamil Nadu, Tamil students should be knowing that. So he will speak in Tamil and he will repeat the same thing in English, right? Now, எல்லாரையும் இந்த இடத்துல இருந்து கடத்த போறேன், which means again he will repeat, I am going to kidnap all of you. Once he will talk in English or Tamil, and then he will repeat the same thing in English, right? So once you do that, that can actually go about and give you results. The core here is, one, I've given you the way to look at it. Apply it. As simple as it sounds, the miracles associated is phenomenal. Sometimes people would naturally be doing, in your family, you would have a child. Apart from that person's language, he will be interested in all other language. Check the second bhava. Because sometimes, many a times, in fact, nature itself shows you the remedy. But you go behind this and that and you think there is something magical somewhere else. There is nothing magical. Everything is already within here. So if he's learning some other language, if he's interested about too many languages apart from the mother tongue, see how the second bhava lord is. He is doing that remedy subconsciously, unknowingly, without the knowledge of himself. That is the way it works. Right? So like this, you should understand about each of the bhavas. If it is afflicted, what I should do? In order to go about and strengthen it, what I should do? If it is already strong, how do I make use of it? Once you do that, that is when you become a big astrologer. That is when you would be able to guide yourself. You would be able to guide other people also. Right? This is very, very important. Now, let us get into the subject. The second bhava having a